All right, good morning. Today is Tuesday, December the 5th. We are going to start with passing out a handout that you have already received. It is pink. You are going to need to place that in your data folder in the prompts. Now, on one side, it has your guided notes, and on the other side, it has a calendar for the month of December. Okay, it has all of your assignments that were due last week. All of the assignments that were due last week, all of the assignments that are due this week, and what we're going to do next week and the next. Okay, so you should not have to guess or wonder what to do in my class, even if you are absent. Now, you have access to this calendar on the computer in Schoology. I've sent it in Parent Square, and now you're going to have a copy of it in your folder. All right, so real quick, I want to kind of look over what our agenda is. Okay. Um. All right. So for the month of December, okay. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. For the month of December, all right, that first section or this first week up here was last week, okay, and that is everything that was due last week. Here is what is due this week. Now, if you look at today, the objective is I can identify and label the complete subject and predicate. I can identify the simple subject. I can identify and label the prepositional phrase and adjective or as an adjective or adverbial phrase. I can identify my verbs as VT or VI for DGP 12 week for DGP week 12 sentence. I can identify the three types of verbals and their functions: gerunds, infinitives, and participles. All right, the first thing we're going to do is DGP12T Schoology, second 9 weeks, week 7, Tuesday. Major test on Friday, December the 8th. I might would highlight that or put a star by it or something, because last Friday when y'all came in, you were like, you didn't tell us we had a test. Yes, I did, and it was on the calendar. Okay? The second thing we're going to do is continue verbal notes. Now, because it was so difficult yesterday for you to type and all from the board, I went ahead and printed the notes out for you, and I have given you a copy. You are going to type what you do not have into your assignment from yesterday and submit. Okay? Then we're going to start on SAVVAS assignments. All of these are going to be due tomorrow by the end of class. To complete these assignments, you're going to go to Schoology, second 9 weeks, week 7, Tuesday. You're going to have a major test on verbals on Friday. If you finish your SAVVAS assignments, you may work on your language and grammar slides and exposition slides. These are due on Friday. Okay? Now, what we're going to do the rest of the week is verbals as well. Okay, we're going to work in SAVVAS and in IXL. Next week, you are going to take your ELA formative. Your formative is going to count as your midterm. Okay, your formative is going to count as your midterm. Now, I have blocked out the 13th and 14th for your midterm. All right.
I have a question. Next week is a full week.
Next week is a full week. Now, the 18th through the 20th, you have to come to school to take your science and your history midterm. Okay? On the 20th, you should not have to come to school as long as you have all of your tests taken. Okay? They have set that aside as a makeup day. So if you have everything made up and you have taken all of your midterms, then you should not have to come on Wednesday unless you are absent and you have to take a midterm. Okay?
I'm confused. You just confused me. Right? So Monday and Tuesday of next week is midterm test?
No, it's the 18th through the 20th. Now, the 18th through the 20th is science and history. You're going to take next week your ELA and math formative, which is going to count as your midterm. Okay? All right. So everybody understands the calendar. Okay? Pay attention to it. We have a lot of work due this week. All right. So what I want you to do now is go ahead and you're going to open up your DGP week 12. I want you to write the answers down in your data folder as we do it before you drag and drop in the computer. Okay? Write down your answers in your data folder before you drag and drop your answers in the computer. Now, we have two clauses in this sentence. We have a independent clause and we have a dependent clause. Okay, so that means we're going to have two subjects, two verbs. In the first clause, the independent clause, what is the simple subject? We. So what do we write above we? S. Now, how many times do we underline once? How many times do we underline the complete predicate? All right, so what is the complete predicate? All right. And yes, we are going to underline all of this twice. But we still have two clauses. All right. What is the subject of the dependent clause? We. All right. Now, let's go back to the independent clause. We gave who or we gave what? Food. No, we gave food. So this is the direct object. To whom? Who did we give the food to? All right. This is our IO. Indirect object. Okay. So listen. We gave who or we gave what food to whom? The dog. Okay. All right. We gave who or what food to whom? All right, dog.
So we gotta write that?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Shh. Now, do we have a prepositional phrase in the independent clause? We do? Where?
That word right there.
But that's in the... Did I say independent or did I say dependent? Okay, so let me rephrase that. Do we have a prepositional phrase in the independent clause?
Yes.
No. Do we have a prepositional phrase in the dependent clause?
Yes.
All right. What is the prepositional phrase in the dependent clause? For a walk. Okay, so we're going to put that in what? Parentheses. Now, what is your object of the preposition? Walk. All right, and the object of the preposition will always be what part of speech?
Walk.
The object of the preposition will always be what part of speech? Noun or pronoun. Okay? Now, for a walk tells where we took the dog. It's modifying a verb. Is this an adjective clause or an adverb clause? It's an adverb clause because it tells where we're taking the dog.
I'm erasing this.
Now, we're going to go ahead and do Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Like, we're going to talk about it.
Ooh, let's do it on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Okay. All right. We'll just save it for tomorrow. Oh, okay. Sorry. Hold on. All right. Gabe, do we have a direct object? Yes. Okay. So is it VT or VI? Now, before we took it for a walk, okay, took who or took what? Took who or took what? It. D-O is took VT or VI? VT because we have a direct object. All right, as soon as you have it written down in your folder, you can go ahead and answer in the computer and submit. Okay? Make sure that you submit, and then you are going to go back into Schoology. And you're going to click on your English class. Now, the first thing that we need to do is go back into Monday's folder. Okay, so we're going to click on week 7. And we are going to click on Monday. And you are going to open up Verbal Notes 12-4-23. Now, you are going to take the handout that I gave you. And you are going to finish typing in the notes from yesterday. Now, we got the majority done. I think the only column that we're really lacking is participles. And we have already covered participles this year, okay? A participle is a verbal that functions as an adjective. All right? An adjective describes a noun. I've given you some examples here, okay? You're going to type these into your notes, and then you are going to submit that. All right? Now, I want you to pause that for just a second, and I want you to look at the screen, okay? When you finish your notes, you're gonna go back to week 7 folder, and you're going to click on Tuesday. Now, on Tuesday, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 assignments. Okay? Now, 3 of them are videos that you get a 100 for watching. The others are actually lessons that you have to complete. Okay? Now, these are all due by Wednesday, but if you work hard today, you should be able to finish them because they're not long. Okay? We did this last week with verb mood, and you finished it all in one day. All right? Anybody have any questions about what you're doing or what you're working on today?
We'll work our hardest.
Okay. All right. If you are to finish all of this, then you are allowed to work on your project. Okay? You're not allowed to work on your project, though, until all of this is submitted. Okay?